little late night live action. I got 5 pages of items to cross list on Nifty, so I was up anyway. I figured I'd hop on. I don't expect there to be a ton of people here because it's kind of late. It's 11:15 my time, but I know on the other coast it's 8 o'clock. So I'm sure we're gonna have some people in here coming in asking questions. So this could be a good time for you guys to ask questions about cross listing, about Nifty. I'm just gonna share my screen and basically just cross list. I'm only cross listing the Posh and Mercari. The reason being is because if you guys have been on my lives the last couple days, you've heard that I've been cross listing to Mercari and nothing is selling. So I've pretty much given up on Mercari. I did it earlier this year, kind of gave it another chance, and it's back to not performing. So I'm just like, meh, I'm not going to cross list there anymore. So what's up, Lily? Welcome in. 8:15. Yeah, 8:15 on the other coast. I know it's early. I always think it's late because I'm on the East Coast, and I always feel like it's late over here this time. But I know some of you, it's just you guys are just relaxing from long days work and want to hang out and talk and things like that. So figured I'd hop on. So what's up, everybody? I'm going to throw the code to Nifty. I know I'm going to get questions on it. I'm going to throw that in the chat right now before we get started. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing or about reselling in general, about social media, whatever you guys want to ask, feel free to ask in the chat. But that's the discount code to Nifty that I put in the live. If you're interested, you get 15% off your first month, and it's a 7-day free trial too. I always say this, it always tells you to put in your credit card information to get that. It doesn't charge you until you decide which plan you want to go with, so don't worry about that. But feel free to come in. Like I said, I'm going to share my screen, kind of show what I'm doing. I have 5 pages to go through, and you guys are going to see how fast I'm able to cross list all 5 of these with Nifty. So right now I'm on page 5. Page 5 of this, so we're going to scroll through. I'm just going to cross list to Poshmark and Depop. Usually what I do is I just go straight down the row, cross list to Poshmark, and then I go straight down the row and cross list to Depop. And usually I was doing Mercari, but we're skipping that, and I'll show you guys how fast we can get through all of this. So we're just going to cross list as we go. Everything is pretty much in there. I brought it all over from eBay. That's why eBay's over here. I downloaded the listings, and now we're just going to cross list over to Posh. You'll notice Poshmark takes a little bit longer for Nifty to put the listing over, and then when we get to Depop, it's going to be super duper fast. But all this stuff I've listed over the last week and a half. I just haven't been cross listing, so that's one thing I'm working on today, is kind of catching up and getting everything cross listed. I listed I think 20 items on eBay today. I've already brought all those over, and now I have to catch up with cross listing, and then tomorrow I'll have a clean slate. I am doing a live thrift tomorrow over on Whatnot, so make sure you're bookmarked over on Whatnot, that show, so you can watch us live thrift. I don't think Kayla's coming, because I think Joey's probably going to stay home for one more day just to make sure he's good. He threw up this morning, and then he's been fine ever since. So he looks like he's back to normal, but we're not going to push him. We're not going to send him to school if he wasn't feeling good today. So she probably won't go, so it'll just be me live thrifting. So probably just be me in the men's section tomorrow. And I might scoot over to the women's for a little bit, but that's pretty much it. We're just going to go for a little bit. I'm probably going to get there early too. We usually get there around 10. I might actually get there. I might get there around 9 when they open. That way I can thrift a little bit longer, because without her there, I'm probably going to have to go to the women's section. So yeah, it'll be a little bit longer. So when do you sleep? I go to sleep at 2 every night. I go to sleep at 2, and then I wake up at around 10ish. But tonight I'll probably go to bed at 12:30, because I got to wake up early tomorrow. So I'm always working. If you didn't see the post, by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, if you didn't see the post, and Instagram too, there's nobody here watching from Instagram, but I did get both of the bales in today. I guess I'll ask you guys what you want, since you guys are here anyway hanging out. I'm thinking about opening, well, I'm definitely open one, and I'm going to film it for YouTube and Facebook video, full format video, kind of like how we did the last one. And then I'm thinking about opening one on a Whatnot live, and just going live and showing what's in them. I don't know if I'm going to run anything, because everything in there is kind of, it needs to be washed, but I'm thinking about doing that. So if you guys want me to open one live, let me know, and I'll plan to do it. It'll probably be Friday night that I will do that live. So let me know if that's good a suggestion. If you're watching this on replay too, feel free to leave that in the chat. Let me know if that's what you guys would want, or do you want me to open both on video, either one. You got your Patagonia from the box? Let's go. Let's go. All that Patagonia turned out really, really good. I'm actually really surprised on the quality. I hope the quality, obviously this North Face is coming from the same spot, so I'm hoping the quality from the North Face stuff is the same, if not better. But we're getting it. We're gonna open it tomorrow, so we're gonna have 3 days to wash it, full days to wash it, and then stuff that's not needs a little extra TLC, we'll definitely do that. So working on setup Nifty. Can't seem to get my new Depop account signed in. My recognition, not recognizing my password, so frustrating. That's something on Depop's end, most likely. You can download the Chrome extension. So if you download the Chrome extension, what it's going to do is when you click sign into Depop, it's just going to open Depop in another tab, and then it won't need your sign-in information for it. So you could try that. Download the Nifty Chrome extension, and that might work for you. What's up, Amy? Do you weigh everything you list on eBay or guesstimate? I guesstimate. If you're first starting, I would highly suggest to put in the proper weight and dimensions when you first start, because you're obviously keen to make more mistakes if you are just starting out. So I would weigh and measure everything. But for us, like, I know what a 10-ounce shirt feels like. I know what a 15-ounce shirt feels like. I've held so many shirts on Whatnot Lives and everything. I pretty much know, so that's why I don't weigh everything. But yeah, if you're first starting out, I highly suggest it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat as we're going. I appreciate all the questions. Christy, no problem. Right now I'm just cross-listing. Everything is already put in here. Basically, you just scroll to the bottom and hit list a Depop. You can go through and make sure everything's correct, but usually everything always is correct. Anything that needs to be put in, it won't let you list until you put it in, basically. So you scroll down to the bottom, see everything's good, do like that. There's a couple brands you have to change the name on for Poshmark. Lululemon is one of those. You saw me change it when I was doing the listing. Sometimes Ralph Lauren does it, but recently she's changed it so Ralph Lauren doesn't make a mistake when you cross list it. So it's been nice and easy. You're just basically going to scroll and cross list. So in that little short period of time since I've started cross listing, I've basically cross listed almost 50 items in just that short period of time. I've only used Poshmark for years, and eBay shipping has thrown me through a loop. It's not too hard. So what I would do, KB, is while you're listing your items, I would weigh them as you're listing them. And then pretty much all of our items are ground advantage shipping. So they're going to go ground advantage because they're going to go into a poly bag like the blue ones I have behind me. Put your weight and dimensions in. Your dimensions usually are, I do 9 by 11 by 2, and then put that in, and yeah. Do you build your listings on Nifty? I do my listings on eBay first. The reason we do that instead of building them on Nifty is because we already trained my mother-in-law how to make the listings on eBay. So we weren't going to retrain her after Nifty created that build your listing thing on Nifty. Also, we want to make sure our eBay listings are perfect before we bring them over. So making them on eBay makes them perfect, and then we just download them right into Nifty. Another reason why we do that is because it saves a credit. So if you do your listings on Nifty, you use a credit to list on eBay. When I download my listings into Nifty from eBay, I don't use a credit to do that. So all these listings on the left side over here, the eBay listings, all didn't require a credit. So I save myself, if I list 200 items a month, I save myself 200 credits a month just from doing it that way. All right, that's one full page right there. So we're going to go to the next page over. If it'll let me. Oh, I'm on page 1. That's probably why. All right, so we're on page 2 right now. We're going to go from the top to the bottom. I'll start with Poshmark and basically just scroll to the bottom and click list. Love from North Carolina. Let's go. My good buddy Chris at Peak is in North Carolina too. Hopefully you weren't hurt too bad by the hurricane. He's still sending me videos, and he talks all the time about the condition that North Carolina is still in. It's wild. One thing we live in Florida right now, and one thing about hurricanes in Florida is usually we rebuild like super fast because we're so used to having hurricanes and everybody kind of pitches together. But when you have a whole area like that, like destroyed by a hurricane that isn't used to having hurricanes and floods, it's devastating. And I know you guys are still dealing with it. It's crazy. It's almost, was it like not 8 months, about, was it 7 months since the hurricane hit, something like that? It's crazy that it's still getting rebuilt. Southern Treasure and I were wondering if Nifty would let us do a bulk delete off Mercari and relist with a different shipping option. Could you bulk delete? No. You couldn't bulk delete off Mercari. You'd have to individually delete. You could, if you wanted to, you could reach out to Nifty and see if Nifty could do that for you. I'm sure there's a way for her on her end to bulk delete, but there's no way for you to bulk delete and individually select a bunch of listings. I think she can do it though. How long does it take Nifty to delist sold items from all platforms? It only takes, I think it cycles through every 5 minutes, so it depends on when your item's sold and when the next cycle runs, but usually it's only 5 minutes. So if something sells 5 minutes later, it gets pulled. FedEx dinged me big time on exaggeration of weight on package, actual weight 7 pounds. FedEx says it was 67 pounds, charged me $63. Just dispute that. If your package was really 7 pounds, dispute that. They will credit you back if you dispute it. Usually if it's something egregious like that and your item was nowhere near 67 pounds, you can just tell them what you shipped. Just say like, hey, I shipped, look, this is my eBay order. Show them your eBay order. Show them how the tracking was uploaded to eBay and show it was a 7 pound item and tell them there's no possible way it weighed 67 pounds. That's just wild. It's an error. People have that all the time. It's an error. I used to live in Lake Laura area, was trash. It will never be the same again. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it'll be built back up, but yeah, to say it won't be the same is facts. Yeah, you bet I will. Oh yeah, that's crazy. To say that you were way off on something, the bale that was shipped to me weighs 100 pounds. So basically, they're saying that your item that you were wrong on. What was it that you sold, Christy? What exactly was it? I took a honeymoon in Chimney, North Carolina. It was destroyed. Now fires North Carolina and South Carolina. Yeah, Surfs just sent me a video. We were just talking. There's tornadoes where he is right now. I guess there was a tornado like down the street from him or something. Luckily, he looks like he's okay. But yeah, there's all kinds of crazy weather right now. Florida's beautiful. It's a one time of the year where everybody else is getting crazy weather. In Florida, it's like super nice. It's like 80 degrees outside every day. We're not having to worry about hurricanes or anything like that. We get the nice calm weather right now, and then in the next few months it'll get crazy. When I originally listed on Mercari, somehow it got put that I would pay shipping. I think it's the same. Yeah, you could go in and individually edit every one of those listings on Nifty if you really want to. You just do a bulk edit and you just go through and edit just the Mercari listing. So if you don't know how to do a bulk edit, you just click this and then you hit edit. It's going to open up a new window, and then you're going to scroll down to where the Mercari would be. I don't have it on this listing, obviously, because I didn't cross-list to Mercari, but you can edit each individual row, but you can't bulk delist. Yeah, you couldn't bulk delist. Wouldn't work. Yeah, I have to go back to the next page. Will whatnot help with false ratings? I heard some sellers, like even ZK was complaining about it, that she got some bad reviews on whatnot. I think they're gonna have to, especially with this new program that we just got accepted in the Premier Shop. If you get too many bad ratings, it counts against you. So yeah, I think eventually they're gonna have to do something about it. Like you can prove, like especially because they have a live, like you can look on the live and see the item, and if somebody says this item was destroyed or damaged and you're showing it clearly on the live as new and there's no issues, then I think they have to. But for right now, I don't think they really care about ratings, to be honest. Tornado watching Toledo right now. Yeah, Surfs had the sirens or whatever going off. I know I keep saying this, but I swear I'm finishing my spreadsheet tonight. It's no worries. I'm so behind on the spreadsheet stuff. Like I have 4 people waiting for me to respond to them. I got to do it after this live because I keep forgetting. So if you're consignment, right now we're in a kind of a weird space with consignment that we can take it in, but we're not running consignment shows as often as we used to. Like literally every week your items were in and out. I have one consignor that's had their items sent in for 2 weeks. They're cool with it, but I don't want to run their items on a bad show. I don't want to run their items on like a Tuesday night. Like that doesn't make sense, and they won't get good prices for their stuff. So I'm trying to figure out when exactly I'm going to run those items. Because it's good stuff. It's brand new with tag Viore. There's Patagonia. There's brand new with tag Cinch. There's a lot of really good stuff. So I'll figure out when I'm going to run that. And we're taking in new consignment right now too. So we're probably next week going to have to do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show, like a crazy consignment show. Saturday is probably going to be the rest of the North Face, and then Sunday is going to be probably the rest of the retail that we have. I did a lot of retail shopping over the last like week, and I think like close to 400 brand new tag items hitting, basically touching down within the next like week at my house. So those will be run on Whatnot. It's all really, really good stuff. So yeah, I got to figure out when I'm going to do these shows. Once we move, this will be an easy process. I'll literally do Whatnot shows every day, because I'll have the whole garage to run Whatnot shows out of. Right now, I just don't have enough space, and I got the kids and everything. So, but yeah, feel free to fill it out. We'll get it taken care of, and yeah, SoCal is beautiful right now too. Yeah, you guys got it good over there too. We got it nice here in Florida. All right, we're on page 3. I'm gonna skip to page 5 really quick because I think 6 is filled out. Yeah, 6 is filled out. So I'm gonna go to 5. We'll just blaze through these really quick. So I have, 3 more pages to go. Shouldn't take very long at all. As you guys can see, this is super fast process. It doesn't take very long to cross list at all, especially because I'm not doing Mercari now. It just requires me to cross list to 2 platforms. It's like a breeze. So I've already done, if there's been 25 on each page, I think there's 25 on each page. That means we've done 25. We've done 100 cross lists on live so far. And we have 150 left to go, and then we're done. Easy peasy. Nifty makes this so easy. So freaking easy. I am having a conversation with, people keep asking me about Vindu. I've been using Vindu to cross list to Whatnot, and I am having a conversation with them tomorrow to see what kind of code I get that I can ask for. And those of you who want to cross list to Whatnot only, I probably will have a code for you guys within the next day or 2. But I'm having a conversation with them tomorrow. I'm letting them know, like, hey, the only thing I'm using you guys is Whatnot. I'm not going to promote any other of your cross lister. Everything else gets done through Nifty. So, what kind of deal can you give me to give my followers? So that's what I'm going to talk to them about tomorrow. As you saw, Lululemon always comes in as lemon. For some reason, the AI only picks up the word lemon, so you have to change it to Lululemon and then you cross list. FedEx got me for a blanket. Had to wait, correct measurements of the package, and they changed me extra because of the dimensional weight. Oh, got you. Okay. Dimensional weight. Yeah. So 67 might have been the dimensional weight. That makes sense. Especially cylindrical items being shipped. They're kind of annoying with that. So, had a problem with Nifty not delisting sold from platforms because you've had issues with Nifty. Okay, so the reason you have issues is because you haven't turned on delist. So hang out for 2 seconds. Let me finish this and I'll show you how to turn on the delist for all your platforms. That's the reason why you're having issues with it. You have to turn the function on. It's not automatically turned on when you first download Nifty. It's like the most common thing that people come in and they're frustrated with. They're like, hey, Nifty isn't taking down my listings for me, and it's all because you haven't turned it on yet. It takes a couple seconds. What is cross-listing? So basically I've listed all of these items to eBay first, and then I've cross-listed to, and now I'm bringing them to other platforms, and that's what cross-listing is. You're basically giving your items, you're being able to have your items seen on multiple platforms by bringing them to multiple platforms. No, it's totally on. So if it's totally on, then reach out to Nifty and see exactly why. Nifty customer support is amazing. She'll probably have it fixed within a day, and she'll let you know exactly why it wasn't cross-listing. If you just message them, they will have it fixed in no time. No time at all. Yeah, it's not that Nifty sucks. It's something's wrong with your account that's set up. I haven't had anybody ever say that like Nifty never delisted for me. There's something wrong. It's either one of your platforms isn't hooked up correctly. There's got to be something wrong that you're doing. And usually, if you reach out to them, they'll literally answer you within no time. Try talking to Vindu customer service. They take like a week to get back to you. So just make a ticket with them. Hit contact me and reach out to them, because I've never had an issue with the delist ever. Never had an issue. It always pulls my items down. So this is what you do. But I have to babysit it. We'll do it, okay, because be synced, and I'll notice who isn't that delisted. I've literally had over the last year and a half since I've been on Nifty, I've never had one thing not delist. It even delists my multi-quantity listings, which is something Vendu doesn't do. So again, reach out. If you don't have something delist, what you need to do is you need to take that listing and send it in. So you make a ticket with them and say, hey, this is the item that didn't get delisted. Please look into why it wasn't delisted. And most likely it's some error that either you created when you cross-listed or there was something wrong with the listing. What also could be too is your item was not in the right row. So if your item did something like, let me grab something like this. Hold on. It's gonna mess it up. So gunflint, so let me look this up really quick. If your item looked like this is not gonna be delisted. It has two separate rows. So what you need to do is you need to drag and drop that into the correct row. And now it will delist. Also, you need to make sure your orange check mark is checked over on the left-hand side. If that orange check mark is here, you need to verify your listings. If you haven't verified your listings, then it won't delist either. I think she might have fixed that where you don't have to verify your listings anymore. I could be wrong. Let me check. Yeah, she fixed it. So all listings should be verified as soon as they come over. There used to be a little orange check mark right here, and you would have to click the orange check mark to get it to come over. But yeah, reach out to her. She'll fix it 100%. She'll take care of you. It'll be done, and you'll have all your items that aren't being delisted done in a day. Items that sell out in your whatnot, buy it now. Do you manually delist them? Yeah. So what I do is if they sell out on whatnot, I come over to Nifty and I delist, bulk delist. So what I do is I just select a row like this and I hit the word delist. If this sold on whatnot, I'd hit delist and it would delist it across all. No, Nifty does not have an app. Nifty is web-based, but you can do everything from your phone. It works just the same as what you're seeing right here. And I showed this on live the other day. I'll show it again. So let me see what item. We're on Peter Millar right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my screen big and I'm going to go on Nifty really quick. Let me open it up on my phone because I don't have it open. Nifty.ai. Oh, I gotta sign in on my phone. Sign in. Got logged out today. All right, inventory. I'm gonna try to go to the same page that's on my computer so we can see like this happens in real time. I wonder if it updates on the computer instantly too. I've never looked at that. It's not this page. It's one more page. Uno más. Nope, it's two more pages. Was I on the 5th page? I guess I was. Yeah. Okay, is it on the 5th page? Peter Millar. There's the Peter Millar shirt. See that Peter Millar shirt right there? That's the same shirt that's on my screen right now. Same shirt right there. So we're going to list this to Depop on the phone really quick. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how quick this is. You're going to go on Depop or on Nifty. If you want to do, you can make it sideways so it looks like your computer, just like that. It moved me back to the top of the page, so I got to go back down when I moved it. So there you go. There's your Peter Millar shirt. We're going to list it to Depop. I'm going to try to keep this on the screen, but it's kind of hard to do this. We're going to click that. It's going to open it up. Looks exactly like the computer does. We're going to scroll to the bottom. Everything looks good. And then we're going to hit list to Depop, and now it's listing to Depop. And there you go. It's as fast as the computer is. It's doing it right there on your phone. There's no need for an app when you can just go on the computer and do the same exact thing. Android works great too. No, Android doesn't work great. All right, and then we're going to refresh this page really quick, and then we're going to see that it has it on Depop as well. Ready? That Peter Millar shirt right there. Up and move me to the front page again. It always does that. It opts you to go to the front page. Let's go back to page 5. You're going to scroll up to the Peter Millar shirt, and there it is. It's already cross-listed. Ready to go. Easy peasy. I love that I can cross-list from my phone because I used to pay VA to do it. Yeah, it's super quick. And I just learned the trick about turning your phone to the side. I didn't even think about it when I was cross-listing before. I used to just like scroll my finger over. But yeah, if you turn your phone to the side and you just do it, you can just bing, 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 do it right across all the way. Super easy to do. Yeah. I got Patagonia packages. I'm in love. Let's go. We got North Face coming this week. I'm glad you guys like the condition. That's one thing I was worried about. Obviously, with bales is the condition of the items. But with one singular wash, we only washed those one time. That's how nice they turned out after one wash. And if you guys saw the video, like I literally had people commenting like, "You'll never get the wrinkles out of those items." We bought a really heavy duty washer dryer because we do wash a lot of clothing. And we're really happy with the way they turned out with that washer dryer. We washed them on a heavy load. We even dried the goose down pieces, which I know you're not supposed to, but we were in time crunch, so we're like, we're just going to dry these. If they mess them up, they mess them up, and those turned out perfect too. So usually they get all clumped up, but they were in perfect condition. So yeah, we have two North Face bales here. In both bales, I think I see a down jacket right on the top, right on the very top of it. I just saw my first thing on Depop, and I couldn't find the SKU anywhere in Nifty. Deleted it on eBay, Poshmark, but likely I found them in Nifty sales tab. Is that the only way? Do you put the SKU on your eBay listing? Because if you put it on your eBay listing, you can just go to unsold on eBay. So when we pull our orders in the morning, that's all we do. I'll try to show my phone for this too. I put my custom SKU inside of my eBay listing. Let me see if I can show this on the screen. So like, let's say this was pulled down by Nifty, but let's say that item right there, that Robert Graham shirt, you can, I don't know if you can see it. It's going to be really hard on this computer, but my custom SKU field is right there. So if this sold on Nifty, I would just go to eBay and look at my custom SKU whenever I pull orders in the morning. That's the way I do it. But yeah, the custom SKU is also on eBay or on Nifty too. So when you're pulling your orders or like getting your sales for the morning, you just go to your sold tab and you just go through and grab all your items. What is Nifty? What Nifty plan do you use? I use the bundle one, the biggest bundle one, because we cross list a lot. If you only have a few items, like let's say you have 200, 300 listings, I wouldn't suggest going with the big plan. I would suggest going with the smaller plan. But we use the big boy, the $89.99 a month version. The best bang for your buck is going to be the bundle plan, the middle bundle plan. You get both the automation and the cross listing, and you get 750 credits. So every time I'm cross listing right now, I'm using 1 credit. What is a custom SKU? Custom SKU is in your eBay listing. You can see right here, it says SKU. And then if we go over to one of my listings on eBay, I'll switch the screen in just a second. Hold on. If you go over to the SKU field on eBay, and there's that Robert Graham shirt, just got relisted by Nifty. Your custom SKU field on the computer is going to be right here. So this tells me exactly where my item is listed in inventory. It's 4463, and 1338 is exactly what we paid for my item. If you're doing this on the phone, it'll be all the way down in your item specifics. All the way at the bottom down here is where it will be on your phone. 2 different places for it, but that's your custom SKU. Basically, it's information that you can see, but your buyers cannot see. So you can put whatever information you want in there. You can write, I hate Surf's Up Finds, and nobody will ever know you hate Surf's Up Finds because they won't be able to see that. So put all the information in. A lot of people put like the price they paid for their item. They put where they bought their item. They put the date they bought their item in there, their inventory number, things like that. Information that you need for tax purposes or to locate your item when it sells. That's all that you'll put into there. Easy peasy. Custom SKU, and to turn it on, it's the title option. So go on one of your listings, any one of your listings, and then you turn it on via the title option, and then you should have it on all your listings from there on out. By the way, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the live. I meant to. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on TikTok live with Arizona Pickin' and I Can Hustle All Day. I'll probably post it to my stories too. I'm going to be live with both of those guys. They're going to do an interview with me. So if you don't have a TikTok account, or if you have a TikTok account, go over to their page. I just posted in my TikTok stories, and I tagged Arizona in there. So you're just going to follow Arizona. I'm going to be on my side account because my main account is banned. I can't go live on my main account. So we'll be on my side account, and they're going to ask me a bunch of questions. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I haven't been on a TikTok live in a couple months. I tried one like a couple months ago, but I just stuck here. But they want me to come over there, so I told them I'll go for it. Appreciate you, Jackie. Appreciate the questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Right now we're just scrolling through and cross listing, so it's a good time to ask questions. There's not a lot of people here, so I can definitely get to answering your questions really fast. I can go in more depth too, because I don't have like question after question. I don't have to be fast tonight. So if you have anything at all, feel free to drop it in the chat. You'll notice that Depop cross listing for some reason is always faster than Poshmark and Mercari. I think it's just the way that this site hooks up to Depop, but this is like speed cross listing. Like, click on it, within less than 5 seconds your item is listed over to Depop, and then you're on to the next one super fast. And this is usually how I cross list. I don't even check the things at the bottom, because after I've already checked Poshmark once, basically everything else is going to be good. So what are they interviewing about? They just going to ask me questions, I guess. I'll be on there. They asked me to go on there. They had surfs on there last week, and then they asked me to come on. So I like to ask a question about live sales. Yeah, for sure. Feel free to ask. This is a great time for anything. It doesn't have to be Nifty related. It can be anything. I can answer those questions. Feel free to ask. Live selling is one of my favorite things to talk about. One of my favorite things. I was going to do a live tonight, but I decided not to. I was going to do a pop-up show, but I was like, you know what? Or tomorrow we're gonna clean the North Face bale. We might do a live on Friday unbailing a bale, so doing a bale break on whatnot. So I don't really need to do a live tonight. I need to take it easy tonight and just cross list and catch up. I finished everything except for 2 things I got to send in for taxes. Everything else is done, so I'm happy. I'm happy taxes are done. I think next year I'm going to try to get taxes done by the end of January. That's going to be my goal, because having taxes over your head is like, it's so annoying. Especially when we get it all the way to April 2nd. I could have turned them in last month, like halfway through the month, because I had everything ready to go, but I just been procrastinating. So yeah. Got a bunch of comments. If you guys haven't seen the new video I put out too, I put out a little short today. I made it to a Goodwill today for the first time in a while. So go check out that video if you haven't already. It's up on all sites. I think that video will do pretty good too. I like the way I did that intro. So there he is. There's Surfs. I wasn't talking about you. I wouldn't say anything bad about you. Look who it is. Mr. Surfs Up Finds in the chat. Surfs, isn't it your bedtime? You're probably like laying in bed with Shelby right now. Like, what are you doing up? You say you can't join us on Discord every night, but here you are. Those bales you got come quick after you order them. Did you pick them up? So I order them off of somebody. That somebody already has them available. So that's how it works. I can't tell you where that person lives, but it's not too far away from where I live. So when I order them, basically I have them here in no time. They ship on Monday. They're here by Wednesday. They actually should have been here yesterday, but I think they go somewhere to get checked for drugs. I think they do, because they kind of look like they're like trying to smuggle something in here. But they always make a detour, so they should be here within like a day or 2 after they ship. They're always here 2 days after. Why would you not cross list to Mercari if it's right there? Because Mercari hasn't, like, I could take time to cross list to Mercari and spend that time, but I don't even know how many listings on Mercari. Actually, I can check. Hold on. I'll show you how many listings I have on Mercari right now. I have 2,156 listings on Mercari. By the way, if you didn't know that, you can see how many listings you have on this one. I have sold 2 items in the last 2 weeks. So 2 items in 2 weeks. Why take the time to list on Mercari? It just doesn't make any sense anymore. Mercari is a dead platform. It's dead. What percentage are you doing eBay promotions? 7%. I think Surfs is still at 9%. We were talking about that earlier today. Me and him are, I changed mine to 7 to see if I'd see a decrease in sales. So far, I haven't really seen a decrease in sales. It's been okay. In the beginning of this month, I had an increase in sales, like crazy increase. And this slowed down a little bit, but I don't think that's because of promotion either. So I'm going to keep it at 7% for 2 months. If I don't see a huge decrease, then I'm just going to keep it at 7%. I might go to 5%. Might go to 5%. UTRQ, how you interact with insults? It's not insults. We're just that's just the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes you just got to let them know the truth, and a lot of people won't. A lot of people try to be nice to him, but I don't want to do that to him. I don't want to lead him down the wrong path and make him think that, Surfs is never mind. I'm not going to go there. Lululemon again. Lululemon comes in as lemon every time, so you have to change Lululemon really quick. It's easy. Whatnot, do you set quarterly or monthly goals? I don't really have goals for Whatnot. That's a good question. I don't have goals for Whatnot. The first goal we've ever had is to hit 50K in sales this quarter. That's the first ever goal I've had. Well, as opposed to the mortgage payoff goal, which that was a whole thing, but we didn't complete that goal. But I don't have quarterly, I don't have monthly goals. I think right now my goal is to just keep that 50K active. I guess you get reassessed every single month, so I should have it next month too, based off the 2 North Face bales, based off all the retail that I got coming in. I think I should be safe with that. So that's my goal for right now, is just to keep the 50K in sales alive, so I get that discount. About live sales, is it a good idea to repeat everything you say over and over like a broken parrot? Yes. The reason we do that is why I hold an item and say Vineyard Vines men's size large. Vineyard Vines men's size large, and then I'll talk to chat for a little bit and I'll say Vineyard Vines men's size large, is because I have been doing this long enough that I know if I don't repeat myself enough, people will say that they bought the wrong size. But if they hear me repeat it multiple times, they can't use that excuse that they got the wrong size, because I'll say I rewatched the replay and I said the size 5 times, and then Kayla put the size into the chat too, so there was literally no way he could have not known what size that was. And then I'll get something like, yeah, but my daughter swiped on accident, or my cat ran across the screen and accidentally swiped, or my gerbil got loose and I dropped my phone and it fell between the crack of the couch and it swiped on accident multiple times. Like, that's the next excuse I'll get. But we have to say it over and over again. And that's part of live auctioning anyway. If you go to any auction house, the guy's going to repeat himself over and over. Using just going to keep repeating himself. And the reason they do that is because they, one, want to know what you're bidding, let you know what you're bidding, but on Whatnot, you have to let them know what they're buying, so you don't get false accusations that you didn't say the size, especially on a random pull show too. Because if you don't have it preloaded, they have to know what they're bidding on. So you have them shipped, and then you have to go pick them up somewhere. No, they're shipped to my house. So both of them were outside my house. If you go look at the post, both of those are outside my house. Those get delivered by UPS. Somebody asked in my comments, they said, do you, I think somebody said, like, do you pick them up or does somebody deliver those? And I said, the UPS guy hates me. That's all I said. So yeah, those get delivered. Depop is dead to me. They deactivate account. I've heard they've been doing that to a lot of people, and it's all for stupid reasons. Or if anybody new pops in, they can grab it. Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing too. That's a good point too, Jackie. If somebody new comes in and you're running a random pull show and they just hopped in and they only have 10 seconds to bid and they don't want to know, like, that's when they type out like, what brand is this? And then you aren't able to answer it fast enough and you could lose an extra bid or two on the item. So if you repeat it multiple times, again, it sounds really annoying to most people, but you get it. You have to also interact with your chat too to offset that repeating over and over thing. Some people get annoyed by it, but you got to be persistent. That way you don't get somebody saying that you didn't buy what you bought. Before Whatnot glitched out and it took my 25 max bid and made it 255, and I watched it happen and was not happy. Yeah, in that case, like if somebody did that, let's say I was selling this pair of Levi's jeans and somebody bid 255 on them, I would be a nice seller and cancel that bid. I would know that that's like a bad bid if that ever happens. Like, and yes, there are some sellers that would be bad about that, but then that's when you reach out to Whatnot and say, hey, this was a pair of Levi's jeans. I set a max bid to 225 on accident. I meant to put 25. And usually Whatnot's pretty good about giving you your money back and helping you out with that. But yeah, I get that. I get the max bid thing more than I get the my cat jumped on my chest and I dropped my phone and I accidentally swiped. Because usually what happens, like when that happens, you would assume that the person is on your live. I think I cross-listed everything. I think we're good. The person is in the live, right? So the person should say right then and there, hey, I just accidentally swiped. Can you please cancel that order? But what people do is they will wait until after the show is completed, after they've already entered the buyer appreciation giveaway, and then they will message you and say, hey, I accidentally swiped. It's like, wait, You accidentally swiped during the show, but you entered the buyer appreciation giveaway. You waited till the end of the show. You commented multiple times. You had multiple opportunities to message during the show and say, hey, something happened. I needed to cancel, please. Usually if that happens, I'll be like, yeah, I'll cancel your order because I'm still running the show anyway. But yeah, when the people message like a day later and it's like, hey, or an hour after the show, it's like, hey, I accidentally swiped. Can I please cancel? It's like, no, you knew you swiped. There was a notification that came on your phone. You want to cancel after the show's done. Just message during the show. I'll probably take care of you. Even though I tell you you can't cancel, I will most likely take care of you. They have zero customer service. It's horrible. Yeah, Depop is absolutely trash with their customer service. They banned, I think Bearded got banned recently. Surfs has been banned on Depop. JT Entertains has been banned on Depop. I've got a warning on Depop for Armenegildo, Xenia, Thai, like all those. I've been, yeah, it's just weird. I told her what happened, and she just ignored my message and ignored me. I paid $224 for something, and I would have never. I messaged her and told her what happened, and she said, "Sorry, I don't honor accidental bids, and don't cancel." But if it was a crazy cheap item and you bid $225 on accident, like she should have canceled. That's just a bad seller. There's bad sellers out there, unfortunately. But when you lost the possibility to sell during the live, yes, that too. Lost the possibility to sell during that live. Just like that Patagonia piece, that wasn't because somebody accidentally bid. That's because somebody bid, they were new, and they didn't realize that their payment didn't go through. But like when I sold it on the Patagonia live, it sold for $25. When I sold on the pop-up show, that same item sold for, I think it sold for $14. So I lost money on that item. So yeah, but that wasn't because of a cancellation. But usually that's what happens when somebody cancels is, yeah. What are they banning for Depop so much? Depop is it's not a good platform. They have no customer service. So for me, I've had 2 items pulled down for being inauthentic. One was that Armenegildo Xenia tie, and you have to like prove that it's authentic, and it's a tie that I got from a thrift store. Like, how am I supposed to prove that's authentic? It's not faked. It's a legit tie, but you have to prove it. You can't prove it because I don't have a receipt, so whatever. And then I actually had a pair of Yeezys that I have the authentication from an app that says they're authentic. They pulled it down originally. I gave them the authenticity code, and then they said, oh, you're good. They reinstated my listing, and then Nifty relisted it, and then they pulled it down again. So I sent them the same message. I said, hey, you pulled down my listing again, and then they wouldn't honor the authenticity code, like the picture that it's authentic. They wouldn't honor that, even though they had already honored it before. It's just they have bad customer service there. Reached out to Whatnot, and guess what they did? I got stuck with the most expensive article of clothing ever, and they wouldn't give me an option to give her a review. That's what she said. I notified her ASAP. I was freaking out, and she said I took the opportunity from someone else. I did not seriously. It glitched. Yeah, if you bid on something and it was like a $25 item and it sold for $225, like I said, that's not. It doesn't mean every seller on that Whatnot is bad, but there are bad sellers, just like there are bad sellers everywhere. And yeah, that's when you do something. is like you make a video about what happened, and you like make a video and say like, hey, I bought these, whatever you bought. I'm just gonna say Levi's jeans again. I bought these Levi's jeans on Whatnot. I understand that you can't cancel. The bids are binding, blah blah blah. But look, this is what happened. Obviously, I didn't mean to bid $225, and then make a big stink about it on social media and tag the seller and let a bunch of people know and hope that video goes viral. And if it does, trust me, Whatnot's going to fix it. And just make a post about it and just let everybody know how bad that experience was. And usually Whatnot will come and help you out with it. Or the seller will be like, sorry, and they'll ask to refund that order. But if it's something like somebody like us, so you got to be careful with who you buy through. But if it's somebody like us, if I see a bad bid, like somebody mentioned that on my last live, we were doing quick auctions, and somebody set their max bid to like 500, and they're like, thank God nobody else bid because I had my bid to 500. I said during the live, I said, if anything happened, if that went for 500, I would have canceled your order, or allowed you to cancel your order, because that's just wild for me to take $500 from you for a mistake. That's clearly a mistake. Now, if you bid $25 on a $25 item, and then after the show you asked me to cancel because you accidentally put a $25 max bid on there, that's a $25 item. I'm not going to believe you at that point. But for your instance, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Do you sell that much on Depop for it to be worth the headache? I'd sell more on Depop than I do on Mercari, that's for sure. Is it worth the headache? Depop hasn't been super bad to me recently. That was like when I first started. I'll go to my insights really quick. But as you can see, Depop for the last month is almost nothing too. That's why when Nifty comes out with whatnot cross listing, I'm dropping this too. Like look at the difference. Like 52, 356, 2.5K, 8.2K. If I can just keep these two and not cross list to those two, I'll probably be happy with that. I just need Nifty to bring on whatnot, and that's it. That's basically where I'm at. So I don't really. Depop sales are fun. If Depop would actually make so the buyers actually, when you accept their offer, the bid is binding and it accepts the offer, then I would have a lot more sales. I probably have close to Poshmark sales on on Depop, but they have the stupid rule where buyers can hit accept and it doesn't go through. It's stupid. No one was bidding. I thought I screwed it and resell it. Whatnot messed up my number. Gotcha. I couldn't get anyone to answer anything. Basically the same generic message over and over. It kind of sounds like TikTok for me. I'm trying right now to get my account still unbanned. I message them once a month. I get a new rep that's an automated message every single month. And then I get to the point where I'm like, hey, can someone tell me what I sold on live that got me banned? Can you just tell me what item it was? That's all I need to know, so that way I don't do it in the future on future accounts. And they just say, this is all the information we're able to give to you at the time. I'm like, oh, I got this message already 4 times. There's one time that I got through and actually talked to somebody that helped me with the account. That's why my goal is to get through to somebody, but I doubt it will happen. Haven't been back on since that was at least a year ago. I get it. After a bad experience like that. You know, it's like when you go to a restaurant and they serve you bad food, you usually won't go back to that restaurant. So I understand that. Just know there are good sellers on whatnot. There's tons of them. It's just you unfortunately had somebody that probably was a really bad seller that probably doesn't sell a lot, that saw that 255 or whatever you said, you bid on that and needed the money and found every way to keep your money, which is unfortunate. So it happened to me last year. I bought something on Facebook Marketplace and the person stole my money. And I was like, you know, at the end of the day, it sucks. But then I just think they needed the money more than I did, obviously. They had to scam. They scam people to get money. It's sad. But you could also file a dispute on your credit card, too. You could have filed this dispute on your credit card and probably got that to go through. Whatnot would have probably banned you. But at that point, who cares? You're not coming back to it anyway. Yeah, if she's working on whatnot. Last time we talked a couple weeks ago, and she said she was working on it. I can't give you any information like what I know, but she said she's working on it. So shop with Kway. I clicked 25, and the 5 didn't go through. Evidently, Tato shaking back and forth thing, trying to get it to $2. 5 again. Yeah, that sucks. Just know there's not a lot of people that aren't like that. So you don't have to worry about it. There are, obviously it sucks, but there are good people out there that would have taken care of you at that point. So you just got an unfortunate bad seller that needed money at that time. So that's it. We cross-listed. What would that be? 205, 25, 50. So 250 listings on this live. Didn't take too long at all. I was answering questions the whole time. Took maybe, how long I've been live for? I've been live for 47 minutes. So it probably would only took me like 30 minutes tops if I wasn't answering questions and going to different pages and stuff. So real quick, if you're interested in Nifty, I did leave the link somewhere in the comment section. So if you go through the comment section either on Facebook or YouTube, you should be able to click that. That link will get you a 15-day or 7-day free trial, and it gives you 15% off your first month if you decide to go with Nifty. That's an affiliate link. I do get a kickback if you decide to go with it. So it doesn't cost you any more. It actually costs you less if you click on it, and you get that 15% off your first month. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm not going to be live tomorrow morning doing orders, because tomorrow morning we're going to be live over on Whatnot doing some live thrifting. So if you haven't caught our lives over there, you can watch them here on Facebook or YouTube, or you can watch them over on Whatnot. We're going to multicast. So either place you are, you can watch it. And tomorrow, I'm probably literally going to sell everything at cost. You guys don't see, but out in that room out there, I have 5 totes full. 5 of these totes full of clothing. Like that top one is from my bulk buy guy. I have 5 more out there that look like that, so I don't need any more clothing. So anything that I find tomorrow, no matter what it is, I'm probably just going to auction on Whatnot if you guys want it. So come out to tomorrow's live. Should be fun. And yeah, sign up. If you haven't signed up, you get $15 for free if you sign up through my link. You make it look easy, and I know it's not. Yeah, it's not. It is easy. Once you get used to it, it's super duper easy. So appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.